Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Monday, the 3rd of May. All right, now, if you missed Friday's trading session in North America, you missed a fair bit of action, right? Let me just give you a look at you can see the dollar index here. I'll give you a look at the other majors in a second. Big move to the top side, broke through the initial resistance, and then this sort of secondary resistance level. And you know what? Looks set for at least another 100 odd points to the top side. Now, what was the cause of this? Right, you can see the equity markets closed down sort of 1% or around there. The treasury bonds were up, okay, giving a dollar strength, but the whole move came from, check out these numbers. And this is the first time I've really seen a bunch of, they're not really secondary numbers, or they're not the main ones, but they're pretty important. Personal income, okay, up 21%. Consumption up 4.2%. The PCE price index, which is a good price inflation number, that was up as well. Then we also, if you come down to the University of Michigan sentiment numbers as well, just to round it off, those numbers were stronger as well. So we had stronger numbers across the board for the US dollar. Now, normal market conditions, you'd be jumping all over this. As I said, first time we've seen it in a while. Dollar index up. You can see these key levels here on euro, hammered. Like the technicals here are working perfectly, right? So if you're not sure about technical analysis, just have a look at the charts at the moment. You can see where it's tested the line, broken down through here in sterling. Same thing here on Aussie, and same thing there on the Kiwi. I'll tell you what, dollar CAD, it's sort of caught up in between like what oil's doing, what the CAD fundamentals are doing, and what the dollar's doing. So it's sort of trading sideways, a bit of a question mark there. Dollar yen going straight with that strong dollar. If anything, like this should stand out like a sore thumb. Like to me, dollar Swiss is the only pair. We've got a good resistance line here and it hasn't actually broken yet. So that's got to be your number one pair to be focusing on just at the moment to start the week. Dollar Swiss break to the top side looks inevitable at this stage. I'm surprised it hasn't gone just yet. So that's where we are, right? It's a pretty clear-cut situation where we have got dollar strength. Now, do I think this dollar strength is going to last for a long time? Well, it's hard to say. We need to see more data. If the data keeps coming in as strong as it is in the US, well, then the dollar's just going to keep rallying. So keep an eye on the fundamentals this week as we go through the week. If the dots, okay, if they continue, connect the dots, I should say, the dollar will continue its strength. So we've got, as I said, we've got technical levels which have been smashed. There's some pairs that aren't looking particularly great at this point. So like, this is easy to say afterwards, but you're looking for levels to get in on a retracement. Sterling, I'm not super confident as I am with Euro, Aussie and Kiwi at this point, but looking to sell rallies for sure. And dollar Swiss, looking for a break to the top side. It's the key pair. And what you should be doing at this point as well, just to give you the heads up, is drawing these new support trend lines that are coming into play, right? And if anything, getting rid of some of these old lines. So the like Euro, for example, we've got a newfound top. You've got some resistance there. Same on the Aussie. Funnily enough, at 78.15, right? I mentioned this during the week. It was a triple top, or it's a triple top here on that last little run. Quite significant as we come back to that level. If it does come back in the interim, I can see the Aussie down to, it's currently at 77.30. I can see that down to like 76. Euros at 120, easily down to 119, like a good clean out to the downside. So if Euro goes to 119, you've got to think that dollar Swiss is at 93, right? Like 180 points. It's got to play catch up at some point. That's the pair I can sort of see jumping into sort of immediately. Now, just having a look here, what the US equities are doing, there's a little bit of a bounce, okay? And that's giving a bit of a risk-on profile to the currencies, okay? So work with that. That's good for us. We know what the dollar's doing. So this little bounce in the equity markets, a little bit of a correction from Friday's close, pops up Euro, Sterling, Aussie, Kiwi, hopefully, and gets them to levels where we can sell. And then once that North American market opens again, they should run with that dollar strength. Right, that's the way it all connects. Now, if you're having a look through your data for the week, good time to be having a look through, see what's coming out. We do have some more US numbers coming up, ISM manufacturing numbers, construction. I mean, this is a really good number to start the week. It flows on from last week's numbers and really gives us a chance to run with that dollar move. That's probably where, like, if you're looking for somewhere to focus on dollar Swiss, well, focus on these numbers. Actually, I've just crossed out that one. So have a look. You've got US numbers. You've got European numbers. I know you've got some manufacturing numbers here in Switzerland themselves. That usually doesn't come into play, but it's the euro we want to watch, right? It just moves, correlates 100% of the time generally, or I should say 99%, otherwise 100 all the time, with euro. So if the numbers come out weak, dollar Swiss is going to go. If the US numbers come out strong, dollar Swiss is going to go. Two opportunities there to really get a good start to the week. And then you can start to piece out the rest of the week. We've got the RBA, start of a fresh month, non-farm payrolls on Friday. It's all to play for. We're coming back into a bit of a market where the macros are coming into play. You get the Bank of England there as well. So you can start to watch the market a lot closer, right? Because the currencies are starting to come back towards the macro setup. And that's what the central banks will be talking about very closely as we go forward. All right, guys, big week. As I said, non-farm payrolls Friday, but there's a lot of data coming out. Start of a fresh month. We've got dollar strength. That's the way I think you should be looking at it from here for the time being. And to kick things off, keep a close eye on the data that's coming out today in Europe and North America, or the US. It's going to give us a good lead into what the dollar's doing this week. Cheerio, guys. Have a good week.